relationship. Now, I always tell people all the time, when the pros outweighs the cons, that means you got something special. You got somebody that's going to really be there for you, support you, love you, respect you, and trust you, right? But if the cons outweighs the pros, that means it's time for you to move on. If your relationship or the person that you're with, if they're more of a liability than an asset, then it's time for you to move on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say some cons. If a person don't, a lot of people can love you, but people have to understand it's more than love to be in a relationship. You have to trust the person. You know, you gotta respect the person. People always worry about love. There's a whole lot more than just love when it comes to a relationship. So you really have to put more than just love. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't love you, if they don't respect you, they don't trust you, you wasting your time. You really wasting your time. If you gotta repeat yourself over and over and over, and they're not understanding you, they're not listening to you, that's a con. If you have to bring up something and you've been bringing it up and you become the problem, when really you're not the problem, they're the problem, that's a con. That's a huge con. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be wasting your time telling people this and that, and you've been telling them over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like you just be wasting your time. Now, the pros is someone that loves you, that cares about you, respects you, that trusts you, someone that is going to be there for you no matter what, right? And someone that you won't have to repeat yourself. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do it anyway. They wouldn't even jeopardize the relationship. They wouldn't get mad at you. They won't raise their voice. They will actually communicate with you. You know what I'm saying? They will actually communicate with you because they care about you. A person that doesn't want to communicate, that's a con. That's a con. That's a huge con. That's a huge sign. If a person that doesn't want to communicate with you, that's a huge sign. Because that just shows you that you can't even communicate. You can't even talk like an adult. And you want to be childish and you want to ignore people. That's a huge con. Like, if you're in a relationship and you guys are arguing, at least be mature enough to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So that way the problem will be solved. The problem will be solved. But if you're not talking, days go by, things get worse, it's not gonna help. It's gonna make it worse. So that's what comes with a pro. Always have somebody that you want to talk to when you're mad. That's a pro. A con is when they don't want to talk to you even if they're mad. Always have somebody that you could talk to even though you're mad at them. Because that way, that shows that they care. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time, if you get into a relationship, you gotta talk to someone that knows how to communicate and understand and comprehend. Because you could talk to them all day long, but if they don't comprehend what you're saying, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. So I just feel like that's definitely a pro, communicating and actually talking to somebody. The con is not talking to them in silent treatment. That's a con. That means they don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Another con for a relationship is when people just be lying. Like, and this is why it comes with the truth. Like, just be honest. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to lie. Just be honest. If someone is constantly lying to you, that's a con. That's common sense. You know what I'm saying? But if someone is being honest with you and they trust you, that's a pro. Now, I tell people all the time too, also, is that you cannot be in a relationship without trust. Trust is one of the most key factors in a relationship. You can't be in a relationship. You'll be looking stupid. trying to be in a relationship that you don't trust. You know what I'm saying? If you got trust issues, there's no point of you being in a relationship. There's no point of it. You know what I'm saying? Trust, love, and respect is like the main, probably communication. That's like the main four, things that you should have in a relationship. If you don't have those things, the relationship is pointless. You be sitting there wasting your time with this person. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times people go into relationships not realizing that they're the problem. They always want to blame the other person. And sometimes it could be the other person. You know what I'm saying? It could be the other person. But sometimes you could be the problem too. You know what I'm saying? Don't just blame the other person, because I'm pretty sure you got some cons, but y'all won't admit it. You know what I'm saying? Some people got some cons in them, but they won't admit it. And you have to really, really check that out. Like, seriously. Heal first. You know what I'm saying? Heal before you get into the next relationship. Because if you don't heal, you're going to be cutting people. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to go well for you. I think it's best for you to just heal. You're just going to be cutting people all day. Not realizing that you're damaging the next person. That's real facts. You got to heal. A lot of people don't want to heal, and they try to jump into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time too is that when you're in a relationship, if the pros outweighs the cons, and you're still complaining about what's going on in the relationship, that means you're the problem. If this person is doing everything right, loving you, respecting you, treating you right, and you just assuming shit, you're the problem. You're the problem. Now, if the cons, like I said, if the cons outweighs the pros, then they're the problem. But if the pros outweigh the cons and you still complaining about what's going on, that means you're the problem and you still haven't healed because you're assuming shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people need to heal. You gotta heal before you go into a relationship, because it's not gonna go well for you. It's really not. So that's pretty much my take on pros and cons in a relationship. Tell me what's your pros and your cons in a relationship in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in the next video.